Truman's Fair Deal. Put in place to help the rights and poverty of Black Americans. Minimum wage raised from 40 cents to 75 cents per hour, and slum clearances succeeded. Improved rights and free healthcare failed due to opposition. President Eisenhower. President of the United States of America from 1953-61, otherwise known as Ike. GI Bill. Law passed in 1944 to help returning World War II veterans buy homes, pay for higher educations, and provide unemployment by spending $4 million by 1949, also a reaction to the bonus marchers of the Great Depression. Suburbs. Residential areas surrounding a city. Shops and businesses moved to suburbia as well as people. Levittown was the first suburb. Conglomerates. Major corporation that owns smaller companies in unrelated industries, for instance, Walt Disney. Franchise. A business model where a certain product or production system is created and then sold for others to use, that is McDonald's, Merry Maids. Malls. A large shopping center. Many of these were built on the outskirts of towns and cities, with access from the suburbs to allow easy access. Consumerism. The theory that an increasing consumption of goods is economically beneficial. Buying more was equated with success. Installment Plan. A payment plan that allows customers to make payments at set intervals over a period of time until the total debt is paid. Baby boom. Phrase used to describe the growth of the American population after World War II, at its height, one American baby was being born every 7 seconds. Interstate highway system. President Eisenhower passed the Interstate Highway Act of 1956, a $27 billion plan to build 42,000 miles of sleek, fast motorways. It was deemed to have military value. Automobile culture. The car showed status. It was a symbol of freedom and independence. It led to bigger cars, drive-ins, drive-thrus, and in part the interstate system. 75M vehicles in the U.S. by 1956. White flight. Working and middle-class white people move away from racial minority suburbs or inner-city neighborhoods to white suburbs. Economic disparity. When there is a huge difference between people's income, people over 65 in 1960 got $1,000 per year, whilst the average factory worker earnings were $4,000. Dr. Jonas Salk. He developed the polio vaccine. Planned obsolescence. The practice of modifying products so they become obsolete before they actually break, a bit like mobile phones. This tackles underconsumption and overproduction. White collar. Jobs that are associated with being a professional. In the 1950s, they were usually office jobs. Blue collar. Jobs that involve working with your hands. Emphasis is more on physical labor and toil rather than paperwork. Mass media. Forms of communication, such as newspapers and radio, that reach millions of people. Conformity. Acting according to certain accepted standards, trying to fit in. For most Americans it was important. For many it still is today.